Hi, this is Pat, and I'm back to share with you a mini book that I made for Halloween, and it was inspired by a tag that I did for a swap on the Scrap Beach hosted by Crystal, and in that particular tag I used the same paper line. It's My Mind's Eye. I think it's called Haunted, and it's basically a craft in black and white paper line, and it had a lot of chandeliers, and when I was doing my tag I kind of mimicked the chandelier when I made my charm for the tag. So that's basically what I did for the mini book. So this is the mini that was inspired by that tag, and I had promised that when I did the mini book I would come back and share it. So so this is the book, and the front of the book is actually a acrylic page, and it sits on top of the first page, which has the chandelier beneath it. And I made a charm that is kind of mimicking the chandelier. And then right here I've got my Halloween token, which says frightful. So if you come on down to the bottom of the mini, there is, see if I can lay this down and then try to do this without messing this up too much, because my tripod doesn't want to work this way exactly. So there is a gate in the front, and the gate has some leaves and flowers. There's some iron roses, some Prima, and some trim that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then there is one of those crystal flowers from Carla's Etsy, the plaque that says 31 from Tim Holtz, and then I have that's actually a Tim Holtz curio knob, and then off of that I hung it's got kind of a keyhole, but it's part of the industrial chic collection that you get from that you can only get at Michael's, because the artist does her line strictly for Michael's. So we open this up, and the first page is, of course, the chandelier, and has a little spider up there, which has the glass beads on it. And then at the bottom I just added some gears. I don't know, this the whole idea of this haunted house made me think of gears, like the kind of gears that would control a big iron door or something like that. And then there's a little tag that says enter if you dare. And the whole idea of how I put the front page together was the idea of walking up to the haunted house, past the gate, opening the door, and then ending up in the foyer, which is where you would see the chandelier. So that's the beginning of my album. This is, on this first page, I used the cabinet die to make an opening, and then there is a tag in there. This next page is another acrylic page, and I used the paper to make a pocket. And then in there is a library, one of those library cards that comes with the Seven Gypsies library trays that says October. And then we turn that, and there's another photo mat that sits in a pocket on this side of the acrylic frame. And then from the collection, the crow on the candelabra with the spider. Loved this paper. The next page has a pocket, and we've got a tag that comes out there, a cabinet die tag that comes out from the top, and then another tag that comes out from here. And then there's just a flower on there, and I think those are some Prima flowers that I've had for a while. The next page is the haunted house and the witches, the die from the Sizzix die, the Tim Holtz Sizzix die, which the one that's the witch, and I forget the name of it. The next page is a couple of envelopes. This one has another, this is kind of a blank library card, and then a tag that I made. Some bling on the card, and then this is a Seven Gypsies envelope with one of these. These are the Graphic 45 Staples envelopes, and I love them. I love the pattern, the texture. They're just so, you can just tuck them in anywhere. And then there's a flower and a little bit of fiber. The next page is it's like a shorter page. Has a glittery little pocket down here, and in that pocket I have a tag that it's just bat on a couple of leaves, and then a Tim Holtz journal ticket. A couple of baggage claim tickets. One is a baggage claim ticket and the other is a repair ticket. And I'm thinking that they're Seven Gypsies, but I'm not absolutely sure. And then I have a little trim here that catches the tickets so that they don't fall through. And put this back in. And then on the back of that is a little gypsy pocket, another tag, this is a short acrylic page. And here's another one of those Staples small envelopes that I love so much. This one has a tag in it. But what I like about this when you're using it on an acrylic is that when you turn it over, it has the design on the back that you can see through the acrylic. And then I have my little wishful thinking stamp that I got from Red Lead. And this is actually the witch that's on the page from the paper, from the Mind's Eye paper. And then a couple of tags. This is another stamp that I got from Red Lead. And then just a little tag that I made. This was, it's part of, I forget what it's called, a label, I think. It was just, it was on regular black paper, and then I covered it with the glossy accents to make it stand out a little bit. And then the next page is another pocket made with the Baroque die, a couple of tags. I've got a lot of these just the plain black tags, and then this one is a Seven Gypsies tag that just kind of went with the theme. And then I've got a kind of decorative ball on that one. This is the Tim Holtz Sizzix photo strip die right there on this acrylic page, and a little Prima flower. This is a tag that I made when I was just kind of fooling around. This is the trim from Hobby Lobby, and some of the little leaves. I think they're Prima leaves, and some paper from another collection, and then this little spider. He kind of wants to get caught there when I try to put him back in. So that's an acrylic page, and then turn that over, and here's another little envelope with there is a tag inside of there, just a photo mat, and there's a clock that I made with This particular die is, I think it's a My Favorite Things doily die that I had. Really like that, and this is kind of the first time that I've used it very much. And then this is the Nestabilities label die, the Tim Holtz ticket. And this particular envelope, I think, is Maya Road. I think this is Maya Road too. And then this is a Seven Gypsies envelope, and then a one of the Ranger tags. And then this is using another one of the My Favorite Things doily dies. That's back there. And the rings that I'm using work really nice, but I'm trying to do this with one hand. So, and they are from Seven Gypsies. I don't know if they even have them anymore, but I bought a bunch of them at the time. They're covered in rubber. They're wire, and then they're flexible wire covered in rubber, and they're plastic vinyl. And they're good for when you have a thick book and you don't want those stiff rings, you know, it kind of sort of messes it up, so it does work real well, but can't really tell since I'm using one hand. So this is just another page. I've got a little tiny flower and tag here, and that's holding in three little tags. Let me get them in frame. So they're just two little black tags and a little craft tag. And then on this side, this is another acrylic page. So I use the little graphic 45 Staples envelopes with a key, another little flower on there, and then some bling at the top that's in the shape of a bat. I don't know how well that's going to show up. And then you turn that over, and of course you can see the back of the tag, which looks pretty nice. And they always have something. This one says create. I think the one earlier said remember. It's more of this was one of my favorites from the paper collection, was this just collage of words and bats and cats and crows and trees, spooky trees, and just Halloween things all in that craft setting. And then this is it's a short page with a little bit of a pocket here, and just have a tag in here. And this tag I made from, it's actually one of those big dies that you use to make a mini book, and it makes circles, and it makes these scallop circles. So I made some of those so that I could make tags for this out of the paper. So on the other side is some of the pattern from one of the papers. This was a really nice collection of papers, a lot of fun to work with. And then on the very last page is, of course, a library card, in case anyone wants to check out my mini, I guess. And then another little flower. And the back page is then coming back to the chandeliers. So that's my mini that was inspired by the tag that I did for crystals. Swap on Life on the Scrap Beach. So to straighten these out a little bit, they get kind of tangled up there. It's a really busy front page, but I like it. So that's it, and everybody, thanks for watching.